so glad you're here. I'm Miss Aker, and today we're going to be actually building some towers with blocks. And our blocks are going to be in the shape of rectangles. So we're going to make our towers really tall. So let's do our Brain Smart Start today with some tower breathing in the shape of a rectangle. So you're going to put your hand out in front and you're going to pretend that you're tracing a rectangle. So breathe in. When you get to the corner, hold it. And now breathe out and go across. Breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. Do it again. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out. Wow, we made some really tall rectangles, just like the shape of our towers that we're gonna build later. I'm feeling ready for learning. Are you? Awesome, let's get started. Welcome to Reading Corner. For Women's History Month, we're gonna be learning about a woman whose name is Maya Lin, and she uses art and math as an architect. She entered a contest to build a memorial. A memorial is something that helps us remember an important place or an important time or maybe an important person. So let's read this story and see how she uses her creativity and her skills as an architect to build this memorial. Maya Lin, artist, architect of light and lines. In the woods by her childhood home, Maya Lin played with her brother and explored and climbed the many rolling hills. One she named the Lizard's Back, because I think it looks like a lizard. On long walks alone, she searched for birds in the forest. Maya sat still as a statue, hoping to tame rabbits, raccoons, chipmunks, and squirrels. If you're taming an animal, you're trying to make it like a pet. She wants to make the animals her pets, her friends. In her house full of light and open spaces, Maya read books and played chess with her brother. And with paper and scraps, she built tiny towns. Her parents had fled China at a time when people were told what to be and how to think. Her parents never told Maya what to be or how to think. Maya grew up with art. Her father was an artist who made art with clay. Her mother was a poet who made art with words. She watched her father form a pot from a mound of clay without plans or drawings. Maya, too, thought with her hands as well as her mind. One day, when Maya looked at the patterns of light and lines on the ceiling of her college library, she imagined she would become an architect who created buildings with art, science, and math. While studying overseas, so that means not in her country, Maya wandered through countries and cities, gazing at buildings of all types, new and old, learning all that she could. So she traveled away from America for her studies, and she's studying all the buildings that she's seeing. In her last year of college, Maya entered a contest to design a memorial to honor soldiers who died during the Vietnam War. The contest rules said the memorial must blend with a park setting and include the name of every soldier who died fighting or was missing. Almost 58,000 names. That's a lot of names. These rules rang true to Maya. She knew the power of names. Maya believed that a name brings back all the memories of a person, more than a photo of a moment in time. And what you're seeing down here, this is what it might have looked like in Vietnam during the war. And these are some illustrations of soldiers who would have fought. And these are their helicopters. In the glow of the autumn sun, Maya walked across a field dotted with trees, the site of the future memorial. Through her camera's eyes, she imagined a knife slicing open the earth. In her mind, she saw the cut in the earth, healing over time to a polished edge, covered from top to bottom with names, an edge that reflected sky and grass, and the people who visited the memorial. Back at school, Maya sculpted a model with mashed potatoes, then with clay. She sketched a soft space of greens and blues, and before mailing her entry, she put her thoughts into an essay. She wrote that her long, polished wall would be a quiet place to remember all those who died during the war, a place to be experienced by walking down, then up past names that seemed to go on forever. The contest received so many entries, enough to fill an airplane hangar. Lots of famous architects and artists entered. The names of the contestants were hidden from view, so they didn't know whose idea was whose. They just were looking at all the ideas and trying to pick the best one. Out of the 1,424 entries, Maya's design was chosen. Simple yet strong, creative and new. But when they found out that Maya was the winner, the judges were shocked. She wasn't famous. She was a young woman, still in school. Maya was just as surprised as the judges. All was excitement at first. But then people objected. Some said her design looked like a bat, a boomerang, a black gash of shame. Their angry words stung Maya. For months, public hearings were held. Some people wanted to change the design. Maya was young, but she was brave. She didn't back down. Finally, her design was approved. Maya worked with a team of architects and engineers who devised plans to excavate the land, build the wall. And here we are with the excavator, and this is lifting the granite. The granite was cut, polished, and engraved with the soldiers' names. The earth was dug up. Maya watched the panels suspended in space, set in place. Here she is with her hard hat on. The first time Maya visited the finished wall, she searched for the name of the father of a friend. When she touched the name, she cried, just as she knew others would. Thousands came that Veterans Day to see and touch and remember. Salutes, hands on hearts, honoring, and every day since then, visitors have done the same. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial was the first of Maya's many works of art and architecture, memorials, sculptures, structures, and spaces inside and out. Each piece is different, but all share Maya's vision. She wants people to be a part of her art, to look, touch, read, walk around, sit by, think about. And just like when she was a child who named a hill the lizard's back, Maya names her projects, often words from nature. Names such as Sounding Stones, Topo, the Wave Field, 10 Degrees North, Reading a Garden. And after naming a piece, the final step in shaping her artwork, Maya Lin, the artist-architect, is ready to dream, think again, and create something new. And here is a picture of Maya Lin holding a replica of her memorial. It's a model, sorry, not a replica, a model of her memorial. And you can see she's very excited about it. That is a great story about Maya Lin, a true story about a woman who was brave. She might have been young, or she might not have been famous like others, but she continued to try her best, and she created that wonderful memorial in Washington, D.C. And we're gonna try our hand at building today and following some directions with some blocks. Let me show you. Ask a grown-up or someone to help you create some patterns of blocks that you can practice building and following directions. And you can also get creative and make your own towers and be inspired by the book that we read about Maya. So I'm gonna start with green here. So I got green, and then I'm gonna add on top of it a blue. What comes next? Red, orange, and then I have 2 blues. So I'm taking my time to follow these directions. 2 blues, and finally top it off with a Yellow. Look at that. I built a tower and I followed those directions. This time we can start from the top down if you want. So let's start with red. And then let's do a pink. What comes next? Yellow. Orange. And the last one, yellow again. Look at that tower. That looks great. All right, we got our last one here. Let's start from the bottom and build up. We start with, let's try to do a few in a row this time. Let's try to do yellow, blue, yellow. Let's do it. Yellow, blue, yellow. Okay, got it. Now we're gonna do 3 more in a row. White, white, white. Oh, that's so easy. I can do that. And the final one for the top of this tower is red. Great job building those towers and following directions. That was a lot of fun using our blocks to build towers, and I hope you get creative at home and are inspired by this architect, Maya Lin, to build your own creative block towers. And when you're out and about in your city and your town looking at all the houses and the buildings, look around and remember that someone created that. Someone drew that on a piece of paper and then worked with engineers and other architects to bring it to life and make it beautiful. Thank you for sharing this story with me for Women's History Month about Maya Lin. I'll see you next time.
Kindergarten is great at Kansas City Public Schools.
I know they have really good teachers. I know this is a great school.
They teach them stuff that I thought my kids would never be able to know at the age of 5.
Since deciding to send our kiddos to a neighborhood school, we've become even more of a part of our community.
Now is the time to enroll your future kindergartner for the new school year. Visit enrollkc.org today.
Good morning, friends, and welcome back. I'm Mrs. Gordon, and I'm so glad you are here with me today to learn new things. We have been talking about space, and today we are going to talk about rockets. Do you know what a rocket is? Have you heard of the word spacecraft? Do you know what rockets do? So if you have some materials, I would like to create one with you today. Construction paper or crayons or markers, glue sticks, grab all those things and let's get started. Spacecraft. What are spacecrafts? Spacecrafts are vehicles that go into space. They can carry people and things. Some spacecraft go into space without people inside. Astronauts fly some spacecraft. What do spacecraft look like? You have a nose, tail, wing. Some spacecraft look like jets. They have a nose, wings, and a tail. Rockets look like tall tubes. They have tops shaped like cones. What are spacecraft made of? Spacecraft have metal parts. Scientists also make special parts to build spacecraft. Some spacecraft are covered with special tiles. They keep the spacecraft safe from heat. How did spacecraft look long ago? Early spacecraft were capsules. Capsules were sent into space on big rockets. The first capsules carried animals. Later, they carried one astronaut. What is a rocket? A rocket lifts spacecraft into space. It is filled with fuel. Fuel makes the rocket lift off from a launch pad. Flames and smoke shoot out as the rocket launches. Let's make a rocket together. First, I have my blue construction paper. This can be any color you like. As you can see, my construction paper is shaped like a square. Remember, a square has 4 sides. Now first, I'm going to take the body of my rocket. I cut out the body of my rocket like a rectangle. Remember, a rectangle has 4 sides. Can you cut out a rectangle? Once you cut out your rectangle, let's glue it onto our paper. I'm going to make some small strokes down on my rectangle. And I'm going to paste it right in the center of my paper. Don't forget to smooth it out. Now I want to put a top to my rocket. Remember, our book called it the nose. I'm going to put this at the top. It's shaped like a triangle. Remember, the triangle has 3 sides. I'm going to paste my rocket, the triangle to the rectangle. Do you have a rectangle and triangle so far? Make sure you have these 2 parts to create your rocket. The last piece of my rocket, this looks like a funky shape, but it's curvy, halfway like a circle, and then I cut out bits of triangle. This is representing my fire for the rocket to launch off. The rocket needs some type of fuel or gas for it to take off into space. I'm going to stick that right at the bottom, the tail. So my rocket has the body, which is the rectangle, the nose, which is the triangle, and then our little funky shape, which is the fire. It looks like half circle and little triangles. Did you know that rockets have names? I'm going to name my rocket simply my name. Rocket 1, Mrs. Gordon. What would you like to name your rocket? You can name it anything you like. So we made our rocket, but guess what else is pretty cool in space? A telescope. I'm going to leave my rocket here so it can prepare for launch. If you have a paper towel roll, you can create a telescope. Or if you just have paper, that's okay too. I'm going to take my paper towel roll and roll it together. And you can glue yours or tape. Sometimes I feel tape works better. I'm going to take a couple pieces of tape to hold my paper towel roll together. Do you know what telescopes are used for? Scientists and even people that are just interested in space use it to look at the stars, moons, and planets. I have this cone part. This is where I'm going to put at the end as a lookout. It helps capture so I can see different features of space. We're gonna do it that way. That looks better. Again, I find it easier to tape it down. Do you like to see out of telescopes? Have you ever looked out of a telescope? It helps you look at things more closely. It looks near or sometimes far. Here's my telescope. Can you look in yours and see things? I can see the sun, the moon, and stars. Let's prepare our rocket for launch off. You ready? 1, 2, 3, blast off! You did such amazing work today creating your rocket with me. I hope you named it and that you'll be able to go out in space and explore, look at those planets, stars, moons, and suns, and grab your nearest adult and tell them what a rocket means. Until next time, I wish you well.
Welcome to Wendell Phillips Elementary School. I am the proud principal here at Wendell Phillips. My name is Takesha Brown, where we are the Tigers. Here, our learners are respectful, responsible, and safe. Come along with us and let's go take a look in some classrooms. Within those classrooms, you'll see some hands-on instruction. Students are engaged in hands-on activities. You'll see small groups, students working with manipulatives in math, real-world activities, real-world problems dealing with math. You'll see our students reading independently. We have students engaged in project-based learning. You'll see a lot of great things within our classrooms. Come along.
At Wendell Phillips Elementary School, we serve students pre-K through 6th grade. Our mission is to ensure each student reaches his or her fullest potential as a learner, a leader, and most importantly, as a community member. Our goal is simple: teach the whole child by providing them with the tools and skills that will aid them in working toward their own success. Through a partnership with Operation Breakthrough, we offer free pre-K seats to families within the Wendell Phillips school boundaries. This partnership allows us to provide a quality early learning education that will help prepare young students for success in kindergarten. As soon as students start kindergarten, we focus on literacy. We believe to be successful in any space, students must have strong reading and writing skills. We partner with organizations such as Lead to Read and Patrick Mahomes and Mahomes Foundation. Teachers in each grade level partner together to help students within their grade grow to the next level. Through small groups, students who are on similar levels work jointly to master a learning target and move on to the next. From those who are a little behind to those students who are ahead, these small groups promote confidence and mastery for all of our students. Our school is unlike many in the city. We offer a full range of autism-specific classrooms. From kindergarten through 6th grade, we have a full staff of trained specialists who help our students thrive in a structured setting. Our teachers understand the importance of providing social skill instruction and setting realistic goals and timetables for student success. Along with classes like music, art, and PE, we offer iSpark or STEAM to each of our grade levels. Students have access to interactive tools to open a world of science, technology, and math using hands-on curriculum. As students grow into older grades, we offer a variety of activities and clubs to encourage their interests. We host a yearly spelling bee for students in 3rd grade through 6th grade. Our National Elementary Honor Society program recognizes students for their outstanding academic achievement. We also offer chess club, art, gardening, sewing, technology, and band. We also focus on positive behavior. In partnership with Church of the Resurrection, students who do well in the classroom earn Tiger Bucks to shop at the Tiger store. Once a month, students can take their earned Tiger Bucks and visit the school store to purchase a variety of goodies. The items in the store, as well as the volunteers, are provided by the church. At Wendell Phillips, we believe each student is special. Our administrative team and staff work tirelessly to support our families. We strongly believe that it takes a village to raise a child. Therefore, we are committed to collaborating with all to meet the needs of our students and their families.
Thank you for visiting Wendell Phillips today. I'm hopeful that you will come back and visit us again. If you are interested in scheduling a tour, please call 816-418-3906 and speak with Mrs. Nolan, the secretary. She would gladly schedule an appointment for you. Again, thank you so much for visiting Wendell Phillips, home of the Tigers! Yes!
Hey Kansas City, here's your breakfast burritos with pico bandera. What about that? Hey Kansas City, it's Chef Tom at the Cardinal Cafe, downtown Kansas City, part of the Kansas City, Missouri School District. How you doing today? Hey, we got something pretty cool we're gonna do today. Today we're gonna work on some breakfast burritos. Okay, I love a breakfast burrito, and the more stuff in it for me, the better. Today we've got some sausage. We're using turkey sausage today. Anymore, there's a lot of people that don't eat pork sausage, and when we're doing this for a lot of people, we need to be as user-friendly as we can be, so we're gonna go with the turkey sausage. We've made some amazing fried potatoes that we're gonna put in there. We've got our eggs, some cheddar cheese, we've got some nice big flour tortillas, and over here we got some pico bandera. All right, now, we've talked about pico bandera in past episodes, but I think it's worth mentioning again. The pico bandera is the 3 colors of the Mexican flag: red, white, green, okay? So we have red, which is our tomatoes, white, which is our onion, and green, which is our cilantro. We also have lime, we have garlic, salt, pepper, cumin, okay? Any way that you want to make pico, you can make pico de gallo, and that can be whatever you want. But pico bandera has to be red, white, and green, okay? It's kind of like getting feta cheese from Greece. Feta is only found in Greece, and it's copyrighted because it's a white briny cheese from Greece. Every other white briny cheese like that crumbles cannot be called feta unless it's from Greece. So that's why our pico bandera is pico bandera, 3 colors of the Mexican flag. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fire up our skillet, because very honestly, when we make these breakfast burritos, we're gonna make basically a nice big scramblet. We're gonna put our eggs and our potatoes and our sausage in our pan, and as it's getting hot, we're gonna cook up those eggs, and what's gonna happen is we're gonna make 2 of these, okay? Because we always make 2. And once we get our ingredients done for our first burrito, then we're gonna move over here to the stove, and we're gonna show you how we work with these beautiful flour tortillas, because if we try to roll a burrito just like this is, we're gonna wind up tearing the tortilla. So we'll get to that in just a second. Right now, we're gonna start with a little bit of butter in our pan. And you can see, I know we touched on these induction burners last week, but this pan gets hot so fast, it's unbelievable. You can see already that our butter is getting hot. That beep beep, when you take the pan off of that burner shuts off, okay? So there's a very light chance of ever getting burned by an induction burner unless you're up here in the pan. Underneath, you're fine. So we're gonna start by getting some of this nice turkey sausage in our pan. Okay? We're gonna take our spatula. This is a heat-treated, red-handled, white blade spatula. Because it's heat-treated, it can go into the hot pan. And what's funny is this pan has been on for less than a minute, and you can hear our sausage starting to sizzle in there. Okay? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna shake some potatoes in. A lot of people like their potatoes on the side, but I used to work with a guy out at Overland Park Regional Hospital. He worked my grill. And this guy, every Friday, he did breakfast burritos. Homemade salsa. I mean, this guy was really great on the grill. And the first time I had one, it had potatoes in it. I was like, Roberto, what's up? He's like, oh, that's when it's best. So I gotta tell you, I've had potatoes in my omelets ever since, and I love it. Okay, our potatoes and our sausage are getting hot in there. We're gonna go ahead and crank up the heat a little bit on this guy, because we're gonna get ready to put our eggs in. And when I say we're making a scramblet, we're just kind of making some scrambled eggs with stuff in it. Okay, if we were making a true omelet, we go ahead and fold it like an omelet, and we may do that anyway, just, well, because I like to show off a little. So, everything in here is nice and hot, right? Let's get half this amount of eggs in, because I've got 6 eggs in my container. So we'll use 3 eggs on each omelet. And right now, these eggs are gonna begin to cook just as quick as you can imagine. But we've got everything in there except our cheese for this amazing, amazing burrito. But you know what I like in my burrito? I like pico right in my burrito, okay? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna have it on the side, but guess what? I like it right in there. I'm gonna put that right in there. So you can see, if you look at the edges of our pan, that our egg is starting to turn white in there, and that means it's cooking, okay? Yeah. See, it's moving it around. You can see the bottom of this egg is done already. Okay? We're just gonna take it, we're gonna flip it a little bit. There we go. Get that to that side. So you can see that the filling for omelet number 1 is just about ready already. And you can also see that this is going to be a nice big full omelet. I'm sorry, burrito. Okay, we're going to shut off this heat real quick. Take this guy off, just shake him up a little. There we go. we're gonna get some cheese right up in there, okay? Because who does not love nice cheddar cheese in their eggs? Now, here we go. Here's the thing, you guys. Our eggs are ready to go. We need to get a tortilla ready, right? So what's gonna happen is we're gonna take this tortilla and we're gonna start the fire on the stove and we're gonna warm this tortilla up right on the fire, okay? Let's go over and see what happens here. First off, we're just gonna get our fire going. And it is fire, so yes, it's hot. We're gonna turn it down just a little. And we're gonna get this tortilla and we're gonna put them on halfway, just like that. The thing is, you don't want to let it sit too long halfway on, okay? Because if you let it sit too long, you're going to wind up actually burning up your tortilla. I don't mind if it gets a little tiny bit brown here and there, but I don't want it to burn. Like here on the edges, you can see we're getting a little brown. That's okay. Oh man, it smells good. And honestly, I love cooking in this kitchen because everything smells so good when we're doing it. We're gonna give that just like one more little second. That's maybe one more second. Yeah. We're gonna kill our heat. We're gonna come back to the board. Whoo, is that hot? Okay. We're gonna get this eggs onto our burrito. Now, me personally, I think that's a great plenty. I'm just gonna take the rest and scoot it over here. Set this guy back on the heat. Now when we roll a burrito, we're gonna get this baby just like this in our hands, and we're gonna turn the inside, and we're gonna pull these little wings in, just like that. And we're gonna go just like that, okay? We're gonna set this guy over here on this plate just to relax. And we're gonna get this second one going real quick, okay? Turn on our heat, get our butter. Okay? And now you can bet this pan is still holding a little bit of its heat. So with the induction burner, it's gonna get hotter quicker. We can go ahead with this turkey sausage. Yeah. You see a funny thing. This tortilla laying over the burrito is actually holding the heat in. You know, here's the thing, when you're doing a live shot on TV, you gotta use whatever tricks you know to kind of make it happen. That's one of my favorites. Okay, our sausage is starting to sizzle. Let's get our potatoes in. Okay, we're just gonna scrape this out. Get every one of those delicious little potatoes in there. This time though, I'm gonna throw my pico bandera in before my eggs, because what I'd like to happen here is I want to go ahead and mix some of that flavor in with everything else that's in there already, okay? And really it doesn't matter one way or the other, which way you do it. This is just the way I like doing it. Oh man, that's amazing. You can't even believe how good that smells. So we're going back to 3 eggs just like we had before. We're gonna pour that right in here. And you know from every single time that we've gone ahead and done this, that when we started, we actually cracked our eggs into a separate container and examined them to make sure that we don't have any shells in there, that we've got perfect eggs every single time, okay? You go ahead and we're just gonna start mixing this egg mixture up. Looking delicious as usual. And I have to tell you, tomorrow we're gonna be putting on a breakfast right here in the Cardinal Cafe for some folks, where we're featuring breakfast burritos. My students are gonna be making pancakes, they're gonna be making biscuits and gravy. And it's really an exciting thing because this is the first time that we're opening to an audience this year because of the whole COVID thing. We just haven't been able to do that. So, you know, the students are excited, I'm excited, and I'm pretty sure the people that are coming in to eat are excited as well. It's gonna be just like an episode of Hell's Kitchen. Okay, not really. But it is gonna be a lot of fun. All right, so Look at that. Our eggs are done. We're gonna kill the heat and we're gonna throw our cheese in. Yeah, that looks amazing. We're just gonna mix this up a little bit. That's right where we wanna be. Look at that, so good. Okay, we've shut our heat off on this pan, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this other tortilla. And we're gonna do what? That's right, we're gonna get it on the fire. Get our fire up. You always wanna turn your fire down some, okay? I like to go to a medium-high heat when I'm doing this, because the fact of the matter is if I throw this tortilla shell on a really hot fire, I'm gonna burn it up every single time. We don't ever have to be in a hurry, okay? It's not a race. In fact, I'm just gonna turn it down a little more because you can see the center of the burner, that heat's really coming up. It's really cooking. So let's turn it down just a little. We'll throw that guy right on there. Just gonna give it 5-10 seconds. Turn it. You can see right here how it's already getting a little crisp. Oh man, you can smell it. And I don't know if you've ever worked somewhere or eaten somewhere that has fresh tortillas that they're making right there on the line, but it's amazing. I worked at the Ameristar Casino when it first opened, and we had this big tortilla maker. And we had to make the dough, but when we would make the dough, we made these 1-ounce balls. And what would happen is you'd put it in the top of the maker, and the conveyor belt would take it, and the press would press it down, and you'd have all these hot lights that would actually bake the tortilla as it came around, and then it would shoot out the bottom. And I'm certain that we ate as many of them as we made, you know. Hate to say that to the casino, but man, we loved them. They were so good. So we're gonna take this other bunch of egg and sausage and potato. We're gonna get it into our tortilla. I mean, that looks amazing in there. We're gonna go ahead and give it a wrap. Remember, we're gonna tuck these wings in every time. Just finish our wrap just like that, okay? Now, we're gonna set this guy over here. But here's the thing. We're ready to set up our plates, right? What do we do to our plate every time we set up a plate? We grab a little tiny bit of garnish. You know what? Today, we have some oranges. It's not huge garnish, but you just want a little color on the plate. Well, we're gonna cut those oranges. What do we have to do first? We always have to sharpen our knife, okay? Now, I know that when I'm sharpening this knife, people are like, well, that's not how you do it. Well, you know what? You can do it this way. But realistically, when I have my steel down on my counter, I have a really nice amount of pressure on my blade as I'm coming across, honing that blade, okay? And that's what's happening, is you're honing that blade right now. So, one other thing that we always do is clean our knife right after. Let me grab my towel, I'll be right back. Okay, our blade is good to go. Let's grab an orange, slice that baby open. Now, do we really need 5 slices of orange per plate? No, not really, but I like it. So, I'm gonna take the bottom plate. I'm gonna grab 5 slices. I'm gonna grab this plate. I'm just gonna fan these babies out a little bit. Okay? Really, you do not have to be a perfectionist. You just have to do the best you can. Guess what? There's some of our fresh pico bandera, right? Now, myself, I like to cut a burrito in half, and I'm telling you, I'm hoping for the best. Oh yeah, there it is, look at that. That is what I'm talking about, Kansas City. That is an amazing breakfast burrito. We're just gonna put this on the plate just like that. And then we're gonna set up our second plate. You know what, it makes me so happy right now. I know it sounds silly, but ever since I was a kid, all the time I've been cooking, when I can put out a plate like that, I am thrilled. And really, if your kids come to Manual, this is what they're gonna learn. And this is the excitement that they're gonna learn about food. I mean, honest to goodness, we started out with very plain ingredients. And I don't know anybody that wouldn't love that. You know what, you don't have to use turkey sausage. You can use bacon, you can use ham, you can use pork sausage, you can use steak, okay? You can do it a million different ways. But I'm just telling you, if your kids, your children, become students here at Manual, these are the things they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn to take simple, good food and make it into something amazing. And it happens every single day. With my partner, Chef Dan, and I, there's never any question that's not a great question. We love our students to ask questions. One of our favorite questions is, hey, what if? What if we did this? What if we tried that? You know, it's a lot of fun. Tell you what, let's cut this other burrito. Let's get it on a plate. Look at that. It's just happy. You guys, these are breakfast burritos with pico bandata. I'm gonna tell you what, I honestly hope you make this at home. I hope you love it. And if you do, snap a picture of it, send it to me. I'm at tbelisle@kcpublicschools.org. I tell you what, Kansas City, it doesn't get any better than this. Have a great day.
Welcome to Lincoln College Prep Academy Middle School, where we cultivate leaders socially and academically so that they can effectively interact with the global world. We are excited to have you here. Thank you for joining us and enjoy this amazing student experience.
At Lincoln Middle, we serve students in 6th through 8th grade. We are home to challenging programs that yield great results. Our standardized test scores have established Lincoln Middle as a premier middle school on a local, regional, and state level. Our unique learning community values and demonstrates respect for individuals and the educational experience at every level. The team of teachers at Lincoln are dedicated to your child's success. We provide ongoing professional development so our teachers have the support needed to be innovative in the classroom. Core classes are located together by grade to create a synergistic team. Many of our classrooms open into hallways to provide independent and small group study areas, as well as large group presentations. Elective courses are located together to continue to build teamwork between teachers. Plus, our administrative team is located throughout the building in core areas to provide students easy access to advisory and support needs. We offer a range of regular and advanced classes for our students. Our goal is to inspire our students to step outside their comfort zone, to be challenged to learn more than traditional standards. By taking at least one advanced class, students are better prepared for success in high school. World languages are important at Lincoln Middle. Studies have shown that students who learn a second language are more successful in school. We offer French, Spanish, and Mandarin Chinese. We are proud to offer a variety of opportunities in art for our students as well. Our programs include band, orchestra, drawing and painting, ceramics, and sculpture. In fact, a recent painting completed by several of our students is part of the permanent collection at the Nearman Museum. We encourage our students to excel not only in the classroom, but also in extracurricular activities. We believe activities and clubs are an important part of student life and help reveal a student's commitment to making a meaningful contribution beyond their schoolwork. 7th and 8th grade students have access to a full range of athletics throughout the school year, including volleyball, soccer, wrestling, track and field, swim, basketball, flag football, cheerleading, and dance. We also offer a variety of clubs and activities, including student council, yearbook, debate, poetry cafe, Latin X, photography, international club, kindness hearts, and much more. At Lincoln, we go beyond high academic achievements. We are also nurturing extremely capable, creative, and ethical leaders who leave our school ready to positively change the world. Thank you for taking this tour with us.
Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed your tour. If you would like more information or would like to schedule an individual tour in person, please contact the school office at 418-1500. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Harold Holliday Montessori School. I am Principal Bass Barlow and I have the privilege of leading this fine public Montessori school. Holliday is an association of Montessori International School. As a member school, we adhere to rich Montessori principles and practices. Our teachers are Montessori trained, our assistants have Montessori certifications, and our students have uninterrupted work cycles. In their prepared environments, children have a freedom of choice where they develop order, repetition, and concentration. Here at Holliday, we serve children ages 3 to 12 in grades pre-K through 6th grade.
Welcome to the Children's House. In this environment, we have a mixed age group of children from the ages of 3 to 6. The prepared environment and the adult offer the children opportunities to reach their full potential.
In the Children's House environment, we focus on practical life, sensorial, math, language, and cultural activities. These activities are all developmentally appropriate for our children.
Welcome to Lower Elementary, where we educate students ages 6 through 9.
Here, we foster personal responsibility, independence, collaboration, critical thinking, as well as problem solving.
This is Upper Elementary, where we serve students grades 4 through 6 or ages 9 through 12. Students build on core values and lessons that they've learned previous years while becoming school leaders.
We partner with the Heartland Chamber of Music to offer String Sprouts. This program teaches our students instrumental music starting at the age of 3.
We work with our community partners to build leadership skills in real-world environments. One example of this is our composting initiative with KC Can Compost.
For visiting Holiday Montessori School. If you'd like more information about our fine Montessori program, please call 816-418-1950 and we'll schedule a one-on-one tour with you. We look forward to sharing with you more about the great things that are happening here at Harold Holiday Montessori School.